It's a beautiful mid-December Sunday afternoon. Sun's shining. It's about 50 degrees. And I'm going to four-wheeler over to the heifers, or the calves actually, and a few dry cows we have there, and see what they look like on this afternoon. Back here is the field where they were grazing. Down across there, they finished that farm as of Sunday, December 12th. That's about 44 acres of tillable land and 18 of pasture, so whatever that math is, 60 something. And now over here we got another 40 acres, this farm, so we're good. And I'm almost worried that we might not have enough of time to graze it all before the calves are scheduled to load the truck and go up to McVeigh where we have our heifer farm. So you might find it interesting that we did a 4-H test, pulled 4-H, fresh 4-H sample about a week and a half ago on this this cover crop. It was 285 RFQ, just unbelievable. The alfalfa down here, which is a lot of frost burn and isn't much, that was only 155 RFQ, but that's still really good for calves, and this time of year they'll do wonderful on this stuff. Wow, it looks like they just found their way over here a bit ago. They haven't even grazed much yet. Barely looks like they did anything, so they must have just found their way over here in the last half hour, I'm guessing. That dry cow with the chain is an Amish guy that has the Dutch belted. That's the only one out of his 16 that's not Dutch belted. The rest have belts, or at least look like that one there has a Dutch belted over there. The rest are ours. Look like much here because it's so flat, but when it was standing it was 18 to 24 inches tall and beautiful. They haven't made much difference yet. You can see it's, even where they haven't grazed it much yet, it's tall. You make it stand up. And there's a 21 acre field here of this stuff all the way out to the White Oak Road up there. And then there's 18 acres of cover crop above it. Or 19 I guess it would be. So it's quite a bit of acreage. And there's a lot of feed here. We'll hope for good weather and no snow to hide it. Always a risk with winter grazing. We are exploring the terrain here. The first time here for most of these. It might be one dry cow or two that were here last year, but most of them would not have been. This is where they have to come into the barn to get water, so they have access here. To come in here, they're just coming to explore and see the sights. The guy here has a couple sheep and a steer, or I think it's a steer heifer, but that's who's bawling at him there. They're all curious. Close this gate before they decide to run back through the right of way over to the other farm. That's the Dutch belted. No, they're not going that way. Why would they leave this delicious salad? What do you think? You just want to run around. Hey, I'll run through the wire there. Grazing at its best. Well, now that the heifers are off the creek down there, I'm going to let the bulls have access if they're brave enough to go under the bridge, which they used to be. I think some of these have done it before. I'm at least going to take the wire away and see if they go in the next day. If they don't, I'll have to force them through or send them around by road. It's just a beautiful December 12th afternoon. Hi, 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 hi. It's kind of like herding cats. Except the cats won't fight this much. Hey, 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 hey. Hi, 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 hi. Get moving. Hi, hi. Hi, 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 hi. Come on. Come on, get under there. Hi, hi, hi. Hi, 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 hi. Hi, 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 hi. Hi, 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 hi. Hey, I got him to go through. I went under the bridge just now and I had to chase him a little hard. Well, they're going to explore the greener pastures over there. Now I gotta go get the mineral feeder that's up that way. Here's the bulls. Now enjoying their new setting south of the road. Ooh. Ooh. Young bulls get to enter around and stay out of the big guy's way. So I'm going to take this fence down and let them have access to a corner here that I didn't allow the calf herd to graze. Calf herd grazed everything this way and over yonder, but this corner over here, it's not the best quality, but it's good enough for these bulls for a week. Only 9 bulls, they'll have some decent eating here. Hey, so there's the bulls. I just took that fence away and now they have access to this corner with a bunch of grass. They're exploring, coming their way across the creek or towards the creek. They didn't cross yet. So I'm here to take down this fence for where the calves were grazing until yesterday. And a temporary fence around this wood. Going to remove this. Well, there's the end, and it joins the steel fence here out across that horizon. Look at them how they follow that thing. Pretty eager. Pretty eager. Well, I'm pretty happy with the conditions we're having. Just an ideal December. Just look at the nice solid body, straight back, no pot belly, no fat, thick body like this calf here. 130 is just a nice wide body. This one right here, good rumen fill. It's a beauty. Nice sturdy calf there. These reds, you know, the end of Holsteins or the Friesians look nice too, but these red ones, they can really shine. That's where they are over there. I'm taking the right of way across to the other farm and over towards home. Well, this is Christmas Eve, December 24, and I am here to feed these hungry and will be happier heifers. Hey there. These Dutch belteds, again, are not ours. They're someone else's, but everything else is ours. Well, there's actually one half Angus heifer in there that's from the landowner here. But everything that's red or black and white is ours, except unless they're Dutch belted like that one, or I think the difference between our stock and the other guy's stock is kind of interesting to observe. Ours tend to be more of a compact, little less leggy and pretty sturdy build. And they've had nothing but grass, nothing but grazing since they were born, basically. I mean, they had access to some hay, okay, in the spring, they would have been with the nanny cows sucking milk and nibbling at hay. And then the nanny cows have some TMR fed to them on pasture every other day during the season. And so some of them would nibble at that, but that's not their main feed and they don't eat much of it. But it's been a good season, and now we are ready for we've had all grass all season, and this is the end of December, and we still got a bunch here ahead of us. Just look at this nice stuff. This is a cover crop. It looks actually kind of piddly. It got hit by army worms pretty bad and knocked the oats back a bit, but there's still a lot there. And what's there, we tested 285 RFQ. Some serious quality cover crop. The alfalfa and grass down farther isn't fenced. There's 7 tumble wheels down through there, and they are really eager for this cover crop. That's what they really want. Don't like the grass and alfalfa down there as far. The alfalfa's burned pretty good with frost, and isn't really much feed value in the alfalfa, but there's enough of grass in it to make it worthwhile. That's a dry cow over there. I'm the only one, I'm sorry, he's the only one that's not a Dutch belted. You're getting fat and sassy there. Dried her off early. She wasn't due to go dry till January, but dried her off in the end of November. She wasn't, well, she was drying herself off. So this is the grass here. Interesting to observe. This is nice soil cover. You stretch this up. This is a good 2 feet tall, 18 inches to 2 feet tall. Alfalfa, like I said, is all dead and brown. That's this here. They don't eat a lot of this stuff, but they do eat the grass. As we can see the difference over here. There's the line where the fence was before I got here. And they're leaving a lot of residual, but that's good. Not all bad for sure. There's the line. You can see they eat the cover crop a lot tighter down against, and that's the candy. That's what they want. And notice where they are. They're all on the cover crop, and they will wait till that's all gone and they're full, or they're hungry again till they eat this. So it's interesting to observe. They just really obviously prefer this cover crop up here. So yeah, this has been an ideal fall. Just balmy weather today. It was mid-50s. So that's pretty good for southeast Pennsylvania. And we're getting some colder temps. Next week looks like we'll finally have some wet weather. We haven't hardly had any in the last month or two. So that spoils us. It's a good time to have a drought. It's in the late fall when we're doing fall grazing. My, that makes it nice. Not hard on stuff. They have to go to the barn to get water. It's frost-free waters in there. And so this is a rental farm. This is not our farm, but it was a grazing dairy that he decided to quit dairying a couple years ago, and he rented it on the halves to me and an Amish guy, and we have a deal. We do the cropping and management and deal with the heifers and when they're on it and make hay here. But this is a fun sight to watch on Christmas Eve. Happiness. Christmas Eve contentedness. Have a Merry Christmas all you bovines and any humans watching.